Hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. I just sneezed right before I got online. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Yay. Happy Sunday from Chicago. It's 6:30 here, and I'm so happy that I remembered that it's a different time here, because I was all like, had my head around 7:30 for a while, and I'm like, uh-oh, wrong. How's everybody doing? Everybody feeling the very big energies going on right now? Everybody feeling the roller coaster? Nice to see all of you. Lisa's gonna come and say hi in a minute. She's frantically cleaning her condo before we leave in the morning. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hello, hello. While we're waiting for people to remember that they wanted to be here, does anybody have anything they want to share? Anything they want to ask about? I know that there's a bunch of people out traveling, doing different things. There's some people who have grandkids who are on spring break. Who
I have a comment.
said that?
Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi. Just a quick, nothing huge, although recently I started rereading Humanity's Epic Awakening,
Uh-huh.
and it is amazing how I read that, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so, a while back, and I was reading it, and there were words jumping off the page that were relevant right now. Like, this is happening right now.
Yes.
Or that sentence was written for me personally right now. It just,
Isn't that
it,
amazing? Yeah. I mean,
yes, yeah,
is that we realize that we have a different capacity to take in things
yes.
now, and we take them in a deeper level or a different level, or they have a greater context in our experience now, right? It's so great. I'm so glad, Lynn.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anybody else have things they want to mention or ask about? All right. Yeah, Saloma, hi, hon.
Hi, I just want to personally acknowledge that you're going on an exciting adventure, and I'm very grateful for that experience for you, all of you that are going. I would love to be part of it, but that's not my portion right now. So blessings to you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's very, very exciting. Um, I'm completely just literally, Lisa and I were just talking about it a little bit ago. Like, it's weird to think we're going back. Like, it's weird to think, looking at these pictures and knowing these people, and that we're going to be like walking right back along the same paths and feeling that same magic, and now getting to do it with more people, and it's going to be incredible. We're already in it in so many ways. It's very exciting. So thank you for that.
And I'm
And of
sure
course,
you.
we'll be bringing everyone with us, right, in our hearts, Mary?
Yes,
That's
100%. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Um,
you also.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sure you're also going to experience that you're at a different capacity when you're there than you had been when you were there the other time. So
Oh,
that is
yes. Oh
huge.
my God. Yes. Yeah. I didn't actually think about that, but yeah, that's exactly right. Lisa and I both will. Lisa, you want to say hi to everybody? Lisa has to do some work while we're doing this.
Hi, everybody. Oh, I see lots of faces from the retreat. I miss you all so much.
All right, thank you, hon. Yeah, so thank you for bringing that up, Saloma. Or Margarita, you were the one who said, well, we'll bring everybody with us. Yes, it's not, it's exactly the same as with the Virginia retreat, that Of course, there's a huge time difference where we're going to be, but it doesn't matter. Time, space, it doesn't matter. You are welcome to call us in, to come along with us in spirit, to just include yourself in the journey. Us, consensus, the whole thing. So feel free at any time, whenever it feels right for you, to just sit down and connect with us. And yeah, it'll be a great joy to bring you along. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I want to bring, let's see, Mia into the field. I don't think she's on here tonight. I want to bring her in the field. She was having some issues to address. Also, Taylor is still having a lot of issues with her knee, Taylor Standard. So I want to bring her in as well. And if you have somebody that you want to bring into the field, please add it to the chat for Fatima, who will hold these in there. Yep, thank you, Michael. Let's see it. I feel like there was one more person I wanted to add to the field, and I don't remember now who it was. All right, anybody else have any questions? Things they want to mention? Observations? Okay, great. I do know what consensus wants to talk about tonight. I do know what they want to focus on. I don't know the details of it, but I know very well that earlier I was sitting here and just kind of connecting in, and I went right into a field of energy that carried me from one thing to another, to another, to another. And basically what I was feeling is all the different ways that we are experiencing these accelerated times right now. Now, we often talk about, you know, the accelerated times, the energies are high, whatever, but I think you all are aware that right now is a really big time. Like March, April, things are really between planetary alignments and all kinds of things going on in our world, and then all of the activities that we've been doing with consensus and that are on the heels of doing, there's just a lot. And some people are going to experience roller coasters, you know, the up and the down. Some people are going to experience that great big, you know, vast openness and then a contraction in, and then some people are going to feel the sense of fatigue in the body with so much coming in. Some people are going to feel a lot of that very high, buzzy kind of stuff as they're really tuning in to all of the very, very high frequency energies that are coming in right now. So all of this is to say that there's not like a feeling of just this nice sort of steady kind of thing for most people. There's a lot going on for most people, and that's what consensus wants to go into this evening, just about the welcome of that, the understanding that this is a moment. This is just a moment. In the same way that a breath goes out and comes back, there's a moment, and then there's another breath and a come back. It's that same kind of process that we're doing with all of these different energies. And they're specifically, they really want us to tune into letting every moment just be that moment without naming it, without describing it, without trying to put it in a greater context, without trying for that to be your whole world, right? The feeling of, oh my God, I've fell back and now I'm been here, like without the story of it, right? To really come into really allowing yourself to just fully be in the moment. This is what I know they want to lead us into. And this feels, even as I'm talking, I can feel a lot going on in my crown chakra. This feels very important for the next few weeks. And I'm even taking this in for myself, given that, you know, I'm going to be experiencing a lot of different kinds of energetic influences as well. So I'm feeling it also personally, as well as the conveyance that consensus has here for us. So if nobody else has any other comments or anything for the group, I'll go ahead and we'll go exploring with consensus. Does that feel all right? Groovy. Let's do it. I love you all. I'm so very happy that you're here. All right. Okay. Let's take a moment here and really feel our whole being coming into just this moment. Please feel how we're conveying this. Just this moment. We're not earlier in the day. We're not thinking about tomorrow. We're not even in the great big picture of all that's underway. We're right here in this moment. Take a nice, good deep breath in, please. And really feel that permission to just be fully grounded in the right here, right now. And as we're dropping in, and that is the feeling here, just dropping in to this sense of being grounded together, really be aware of your capacity to settle in and be anchored in the moment. Again, your capacity to do this. That we don't have to work at this. This is a feeling, a familiar feeling in our being. Take another good deep breath in. And really let that breath itself help everything move into a deeper relaxation. Beginning to let all the little tiny micro tensions just release. We're coming into a beautiful absence of any effort whatsoever. There's no effort to focus. There's no effort to relax. There's no effort to quiet. We're just coming into the absence of all effort, just settling into the being right here in this moment together. Now, as we have said many times, in the absence of effort, there's nothing to do. The energies themselves, consciousness itself, source itself, the divine as us knows exactly how to move, how to relax, how to open, how to blend here in our union, how to simply be. Now, coming into this moment, there is the old analogy of the sky, of being, stillness of the sky, aware of all of the clouds, of all of the weather systems, of all that is happening in what we might perceive as the sky. Just being that presence and allowing everything to pass through, whether it is a storm, whether it is the warmth of the sun, whether it is the luminosity of the moon. We want to encourage you in these times. We are in this moment inciting the memory We said in the very beginning, the familiarity of the coming into this moment, the settling in, the ease of it. We want to encourage this memory, this being memory within, as a place to drop into. And in knowing that this is a space that's always available, a state of being that's always available, no matter what else is happening, no matter what we're aware of that is passing through. And it is always, always, always simply passing through. It's a moment passing to another moment, passing to another moment, passing to another moment. The only time that we struggle with whatever the moment is when we overlay a story about the moment, about the feeling, about the ebb and the flow, about the in-betweenness of the out-breath and the in-breath. So we have this capacity, you all have the capacity, we collectively have the capacity to feel the groundedness, to feel the state of witnessing all that is underway. To be in the experience of it, moment by moment by moment, without any effort overlaid on it to try to direct it, to tell a story about it, to try to control it in any way, to even wish it away. We can use everything here in these times as teacher, every moment, teacher, an invitation into the familiar anchored state. We assure you, in the coming times, there will be many opportunities that will tempt you into the storytelling mode. And the moment that you're aware that you're taking the bait, it's a moment of choice. Okay, I know I'm going to step out of my grounded centerness and enjoy the drama of it, the analysis of it, the story perspectives of it. That's fine. That's fine. But you are aware that you're choosing that. You're choosing that adventure. Have fun with it. And when you've had enough, when the fun is over and it's turning into something different, you know you have this capacity to come back. Now, it's been a while since we have spoken about the way that we work. So we will remind you that we work as a constellation of awakening, amplifying, illuminating all of the qualities of awakening. And this one in particular at this time is extremely helpful for the collective, not just you. This is what we are amplifying and contributing to the collective. The opportunity to ground, to come back into the moment, to come out of the story, to see the choice of how we focus or how we relax. Whether we are in the efforting or we're in the yielding. What we're fostering in this moment and what you will foster as you continue to make this choice in the coming days, weeks, and months, you are fostering this in the collective. And you will see in the people around you, in the stories on the news, the social media posts, you will see why this contribution is so helpful. You will see the amplified need for it. Now, you know that from one perspective, our words this evening could incite, a fear of what's coming. And you will be able to tell in your own being how you do not take that bait in a way that you might have once previously. Once again, your capacity to ground, to come into this familiar, relaxed moment, this moment. We don't issue these words this evening to incite fear, of course. We incite it. We issue these words to incite your capacity to ground, no matter what's happening. As you do this, for the very, very, very high frequency energies that are in this moment, infusing into the collective, into this realm of our being, as you ground, you are grounding these high frequency energies. You are acting like this conductor, bringing it multidimensionally into this realm and grounding it here. Further adding a balance, a centering, a strengthening here in the foundations of collective being. Now, you might imagine, we will use a very simple analogy here. In our awakening journey, there are times where it's a little like a nice little light spring rain. Oh, that's so refreshing. It's nice and easy. It's watering the spring flowers. And then we have tornado season. And there's all of this clearing of a bunch of stuff. And then we've got hurricanes coming in. And we've got tidal waves. And then we have fall. This kind of seasonal understanding, this seasonal rhythm that you are aware of, we want to inform you that we're going to compress this kind of energy in the collective energies over the next days and weeks and months. A lot of season rhythms are coming, are already here, are already upon us. And people will experience them in different ways depending on their own capacity. A lot will be happening in a very short time frame. So you can see why we are instilling this ease and familiarity of your capacity right now, right now, right now. Give yourself credit where credit is due. You're perfectly capable of grounding no matter what. You're perfectly capable of not getting caught in the story, of not going down the rabbit hole. You're perfectly capable of sustaining this as a contribution to the collective, and you can see why it's important. Now, part of, we will call it the hurricane portion. is not about necessarily the chaos. It is about the deluge of divine information, divine flow coming in. It may not be coming in so gracefully now. It may be coming in huge waves, sweeping in to clear away while it is enlightening. For some, the inflow is going to be big, not just the chaos, but the wonder. You all are aware over the last year of many people in your sphere of awareness going through really big, life-changing awakening moments. You yourself may have had these happen, these moments. And we tell you there's a lot coming along those lines. Here again, even in the face of these, grounding yourself in the moment. Not going down the rabbit hole of the stories about the great big inflow of these energies. You see, so we're speaking here on every level. That which is rapidly falling away or dissolving, that which is rapidly coming in, claiming, 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 claiming the here and the now. So the first guidance that we have here is to remember your capacity to come into the present moment. To ground yourself here, knowing that everything that is underway is a process passing through. Some of it new, anchoring in, some of it old, dissolving away. Everything is rebalancing, recalibrating, adjusting, 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 adjusting. The second piece of guidance is as you come into this deep relaxation into the moment, call in others. Call in this community, call in consensus, call in this vessel and Lisa and those in India. Call in others that you are aware of in your own environments, your own communities, other teachers, other meditations. Connect, 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 connect across time and space with intention. You might imagine a network of grounding. You see where we're going here in terms of the contribution to the collective, how important this is, how helpful this is in these times. Make the intention to connect, to be part of the greater network of grounding. And the third piece of guidance we want to offer you is to be very aware of your self-care. We have mentioned this many times over the last year. We want to reiterate it. Feel into the guidance from within for what would feel good to your body, to your being, for support. Whether it is energy work, the biofield tuning, massage, more rest or sleep, dance, hiking, whatever it is, remember that your body is central to the processing of all of this. It is a sacred, integral part of all of this. So let us take very good care of our bodies in this time. Now we will invite you into a prayer process here to help ground all of this in your awareness as a way of going about your day-to-day experience. These three very simple pieces of guidance here. So we'll bring this into a kind of prayer. You might imagine upon awakening in the morning, dropping into immediately the feeling of the here and now. I am in this moment, in my awareness, grounded, centered in the right here, right now, feeling the presence, the divine as me that is in its awareness. The divine that is centering, that is grounding in this very moment. And in my grounding, I invite in all the divine connection here for deeper and vaster grounding in this moment. I welcome all that is flowing in this moment. All that is in my highest interest and the highest interest of all. And in this groundedness, I invite that which the body requires for support to be known, to be inspired as an awareness within, for all opportunities to open up in this day. To walk the path moment to moment to moment in divine connection. Now, you can, of course, narrate the intention of this prayer however you wish, how often you wish, at any time you wish. But we want you to understand what's happening as we do this. We have spoken many times in different ways about the restructuring of our being that is underway. We speak about this all the time in consultations as an alchemy, the changing of our being, the moving around of our structure. We've spoken about it as architecture or scaffolding. Individually and collectively, this is underway. But given all that is underway in this moment, this is a very important, significant, impactful time for the alchemy of our being, individually and collectively. So as we anchor in, as we relax, as we center, as we yield, we allow the greatest transformation, the greatest alchemy to play out. And as we invite in the connection to others, we're doing it in the collective body. Not just in this collective body, but the collective body of humanity. And we will say the collective body of being, because we are all multidimensional beings. And as we've said many times before, this is not just about an awakening within humanity. Every bit of existence is affected. So when we ground ourselves and then invite the connection, we are allowing the greatest alchemical response, the alchemical processing, the alchemical potential to be realized. You can see, therefore, why we suggest care for the body. To really listen from within. Okay, given all of the shifting that's happening here, what would be helpful? What would feel supportive? What would feel nourishing? What would feel stabilizing or balancing or expansive? What would feel joyful? Our intention in this moment, in this gathering, is to fully support you for what is happening right now. We are always only here for what's happening in the moment, and the moment now needs our attention in this way. The grounding, the connecting, the care. Much will be playing out. And you, beloveds, have a great capacity to stay strong and steady through these times. What a beautiful contribution for humanity. Now we will remind you again, we are always available at your invitation. Invite us in anytime you feel you need additional support. Certainly invite us in anytime you're inviting specific connection. It is our greatest joy to be fully present with and through and as you. Now, we will say again, You may feel many things. You may feel disoriented. You may feel unmoored. You may feel wobbly. You may feel extraordinarily high. You may feel you're stuck in the upside down position on the roller coaster. You may feel you're walking on clouds. Go with wherever you are in the moment. This too is divine. This too is holy. This too is sacred. This too is a moment. Now, we want to add one last thing here. Just because we do not want you to forget the preciousness of your being here. Much of what you see in the world, much of the sense of the momentum and the heightening, you have called, you have invited, you have asked for. You have been co-creating this by your willingness again and again and again and again to be part of this, to be contributing again and again and again to an awakened world. So well done. But the reaping of these rewards is what we speak about with all of the various kinds of feelings that come with this. So the whole time you have been creating, co-creating this momentum, you have also been co-creating your capacity to handle it. You've got this. We've got this. It is our greatest joy to be your companions on this exciting adventure. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for your willingness, for your intention, and for your time. Let's focus for a moment on our big, beautiful hearts. And we're going to lean into our union here in this gathering, in this field, and breathe it all in through our hearts. Big breath in. And now a big radiating heart, right out the heart again, please. Focus on the heart again, big breath in. And this time, just let that breath begin to slowly orient you back into your body, still staying in this beautifully centered, grounded, relaxed state. Beginning to be aware of your body in the seat where you're sitting. Let's do that again, please. Nice, good deep breath in through the heart. Again, let that breath, just the breath alone, begin to bring your awareness, still deeply relaxed, into your room. Starting to become aware of the sounds around you. feeling of the air in your room. You can touch your fingers to your thumbs. Give yourself a good stretch. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I don't have any chimes to ring tonight. I don't know how to make the noise, otherwise I would do it. So I really, really, really like they addressed this so like head on, because there is a lot happening. There is a lot going on, like in a very short, compact time frame that's already started, and then there's more coming. There's definitely more coming. But I'll tell you what I've been noticing personally is a lot of really weird, old, seemingly random things rising up and releasing. I've had really odd dreams the last like 3 nights, and they've brought in like random people and random emotions, and like my grandmother, and like I don't normally dream, but I'm very, very clear that these are very deep, old, just not necessary things rising up to sort of leave. They're not serving any purpose now, these old things within. And I know that a lot of other people, a lot of other teachers and stuff are talking about all of the various ways that they're experiencing a lot of the energy changes as well. Some of you who follow Emily Hayward know that Emily's been dealing with a lot of need to really take care of herself. She's redesigning her business model and all kinds of things. So this is, I love that they put this so front and center and like as a priority. So perfect. 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 How are you? How are all of you doing? Everybody getting it? Feeling it? Feeling the perfection of this timing? Yeah. Good. Yes, we can open it up now. Margarita.
Yeah, I just wanted to share something. A part of it, I mean, I have, like you, have been having a lot of odd things just kind of coming up from the past that I completely forgotten about, that for me to look at and embrace and release. But what I wanted to share is that one of the things that I've been doing recently that I found that have helped me a lot with whatever's going on that I'm feeling myself stressed out about. And I think I may have shared that with you at when you were in Maine in the little small group retreat in Portland, is the whole concept of, as I'm feeling myself stressed, intentionally releasing everything in me. I don't need to know what it is, but everything in me that's making the situation any more stressful than it needs to be,
Mm, mm,
and um in whatever way. I mean, you can pull it in a bowl of light and send the love, blow it away into love, or whatever. But and again, no narrative necessarily. Sometimes something comes up a little bit, but no narrative, but just the intention. And when I do that, I really like feel, I release like with regards to Mr. T, like in the middle of the night waking up and realizing, part of my consciousness created this. So I cannot change what's happening, but I can release whatever is within me that contributed to it. And again, I didn't know what it was, but doing that, I felt a huge shift within me. I'm trusting that it helps the collective. I don't know, but it was to get me in a better place. And I found myself doing that also with my family members and some of the issues that they're going with through. And it really changes the relationship and the interaction because I've just intention noticed it and released it, again, without narrative, so I just wanted to pass it on because in case it helps anyone else, because
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thank you. And the important part of that is, without the story attached to it, right? Because we're really coming to a time where the stories, we realize that not only the stories themselves, but the way we tell the stories, our tendency to tell the stories, is all about the past. So what's the point of using that tool or having those stories in the present? Right? Because the whole point is that we're coming into the new and those old stories are obsolete. They're in a different framework of consciousness. Right? This goes back to what consensus has talked about many times, that even the consciousness that brought forth so many teachings was a different kind of consciousness, a different level of consciousness. And now the consciousness that's mobilizing us along is different, So our stories are obsolete. Our storytelling is obsolete. Those of you who follow Paul Selig's teachings know recently, a lot of the guide's teachings have been about what we've talked about many times is the end of labeling things or describe, like the narrative of things that is all about framing it in the old. And that's what's happening within us. All of this old framework is changing, right? Changing, that's it. So as we come into the grounding, the centering of the right here, right now, without a past, without a future, just in the moment right now, and that yielding in the moment, it just allows everything to unfold in the highest way possible, to ground us in the highest way possible, and those that we're around, that's our contribution as well, in the highest way possible. So I love this, and I really loved that they came back into the remembering to invite the guidance from your body, from within. What does my body need? This vessel that's changing dramatically in every way, what does it need? What will feel good to it right now, right? All of this is such a beautiful kind of self-care reminder. Yeah. Yes, Carol Ryan. Hi, babe. Where'd you go?
There I go.
Oh,
I
yep.
just couldn't get myself off mute. Mary, what are your thoughts about when um the sort of you're shedding the old? I'm just drawn to play with the new. I'm drawn to play with um, you know, no labels, walking around and just going,
Love
there's
it.
no label, there's no label. Like I'm just playing with it just because it's fun.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to miss being just in the moment with what is and not being so playful. So just your thoughts.
Playful in the, you can be absolutely playful in the moment. If this is what feels joyful in the moment, if this is what rising in the moment, fantastic.
Mm,
Your divine
okay.
nature is really damn joyful. So good. Yeah, bring it on, bring it on. I do that all the time in the woods. When I'm in nature in particular, I'm just like happy in just like the substance of being. Never mind that this is this kind of tree and this kind of flower and that kind of deer and this kind of, like, it's all just this like amazing being without having to parse it out. And, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Good. All right. Who else has questions or comments? Anything from tonight's guidance? I love it was very simple. These three things for the times that we're in, for the times that we're in. I promise you, in the coming weeks, as you call in these three pieces of guidance, you're going to be like, oh boy, they were right. I really needed these. All right. Nobody has any. Oh, Celia, did you have something done?
Yeah, I was just going to say, first of all, I appreciate the simplicity, because it's then something I can hold on to, or can refer to more quickly than if it was too complex. And my brain these days is pretty whatever. um, and I really appreciated also, certainly the piece about remembering to stay grounded, because ultimately that's what being in the present is where we are, and it's not where we've been. And so it's really important to be almost conscious, very conscious about that in a disciplined way. So I really appreciate that. I learned a technique for groundingness of, putting your palms on a level surface and just putting your feet on the ground can just help to kind of bring your body back to a balance, and I also learned I mean, I've done yoga for years, but I've just learned how much we may not be aware, but yoga movements help to rebalance and reshift our consciousness just by their movements, whether we're aware of what they mean or not. So, all those things, back to the body that you're referring to, as trusting it as an instrument guiding us. And then I also, it felt very strong when they said, we're all in this together. And, like it gave me a very internally a sense of strength and peace and resilience to do this walk. And whether or not those around me understand what I'm doing or not doing, you know what I mean? It's not that, there's a groundedness in that was very powerful.
Yeah, beautiful,
So
beautiful.
thank you.
When they were
Yeah.
talking about, at several points there, when they would talk about connection, when they would say, call in the connection, the feeling in me was it went very broad. It went very like a big net, like almost like a fisherman's net that was really strong, like just this broad net that went out, and it completely changed how I felt, right? Every single time. It was gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you, hon. Lynn Cochran.
I'm laughing because you just took the words right out of my mouth about connection. Because recently I set an intention to release any habitual response inside of myself that saw myself as alone, and that I said I'm not alone. I'm never alone. And most of my life I have attached to I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. And I literally do live alone. And I don't go out and about very much at all. But recently I've shifted all of this inside of myself. I'm not alone. I'm never alone. And so when consensus, I so appreciate that they say, call us in any moment. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I'm cleaning cat litter boxes a lot, and like, it doesn't matter. Call them in. And I also have been participating in like maybe 5 or 6 different meditation things. David Clements recently, it's, really full. And just this vast network. Just what you said. It is so vast, and the divine synchronicities, the coming together, the amplification of it. When you were talking about the experience you had at the finale at the retreat, there were, I think somebody else mentioned this too recently, David Clements. I don't think it was the same Sunday. Maybe it was, I don't know. He did a toroidal meditation that involved connecting everyone's energy, giving it to Mother Earth, and then an amplification from within the earth to come up and out through everyone who was participating. So I feel these connections,
Yes.
it's not just one place.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And it's not
and
just
then I'm
one
feeling
place.
it inside of me. How could I possibly think I'm alone?
Yes, exactly. It's not just one place, and it's not just one way. It's not just one system. It's all of these different ways, different avenues of connection. It's just So glorious. I'm so glad, Lynn. Thank you, hon.
And Mary, I want to say it was such gratitude to you and your journey and all that you have gone through and shared. When I think about when I first read Unwitting Mystic, the opening chapters of that, I was like, she's being that brave,
Mm.
you know, and all that you've done since then and continue to do the amplification. You helped me change in such a big way. And I'm very grateful, Mary, and to
I'm so
Consensus and to the whole community. Thank you.
That is
Thank you.
wonderful. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lynn. It's absolutely a great joy and an honor to be able to support you and be with you in this adventure, truly. Thank you. All right, Susan Davis. Hi, doll.
Here. Wow, this is damn good. I tell you. You know, when you're talking about the contribution, just a shout out to the fact that the earth, as you may have mentioned it in it, but I can't remember everything that was said, is going through the same breaking down of the scaffolding and of the architecture. The you know, it's that awakening that's happening, and she's finally saying, okay, I'm going to be all that I am now. So that when we anchor in that stability and openness and acceptance of what's going down, we're doing that for the earth as well. You know, where our feet are planting, it goes right there. It goes right into her and says, yep, I got your back too.
Yep.
Yeah. So just a shout out to earth. Thanks.
Fantastic. That's lovely. Thank you, hon. Kelly.
Yeah, ditto what Lynn said. I'm so grateful. You know, after I think what happened to me at the retreat when I got sick, there was a lot of solar plexus, which I've needed work on for years, and it just boom, just cleared everything. And I was contracted for a while, but the last few days, my guides have really been speaking to me. Just, I've been in my mind, let that go, let it go, let it go, because it gets in there. It just wants to try to mentally understand. And I also want to thank Lynn again for bringing up David Clements. I started doing one of his meditations on infinite source, and it is amazing. And it is just I just feel like this, after having all that stuff cleared out, I just feel like this openness in my heart, and even feeling love for myself, which I've really struggled with. And just, I am this. I am source. I am everything. And it's amazing. And I feel so much joy in that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm so glad, Kelly. I'm so glad. Thank you, hon. Thank you. All right. Beautiful beings. Anybody else have anything before we go? Okay, everybody going to remember that the next satsang is on a Saturday with our beloved Corrine. So start practicing your Australian accent now, so you guys can, be on the same wavelength. All right, I will try periodically to stay in touch somehow from India, and let's see if there's anything more. Lisa, is there anything more we want to say?
I think you and Consensus covered it brilliantly.
She said me and Consensus covered it brilliantly. All right. Okay, I love you all so very much. I will see you. Difference. I love you too. Our time together will be
travels.
Thank you.
Bye.
Namaste. Bye, everybody.